Hey, I'm Joe Canale, and you are watching Improv Nerd with Jimmy Carrane.
Improv Nerds.
At that time, you're hosting the Improv Jam.
Yes.
Which is basically,
It's an open mic for improv games.
And they're doing improv games. It's
Yep.
a midnight show, if I'm
Yep.
not mistaken.
Yep.
And you say that this has been the most influential show you ever did.
I think to my persona as a improviser and things like stage presence and controlling a crowd and alienating a crowd, sometimes on purpose, sometimes on accident, winning an alienated crowd back, and sometimes doing the rest of the show not alienating. I'll tell you a drug story that has to do with the best show. One of the best shows I ever did of that. We took mushrooms before. I would not recommend ever taking mushrooms before an improv show, but I was an idiot, and so I did that, and the show was great. It was incredible. Everything was just magic. Best show that, and this is probably a skewed memory. I can't remember anything specifically. So we thought it'd be a great idea to take acid and do a show. We did. My friend Bob Scupian and I, and so we also decided to call it the Second City Audition Preparatory Jam. Now, I had maybe auditioned once for Second City at this point. You know, I was 23, 24 years old, years away from getting hired by Second City. Not really a realistic person to get hired by Second City. Certainly not someone to give lessons in how to get hired by Second City. So we did it kind of as a joke, and we may have forgotten it was that night as we took this acid. There were like 150 people there. It was the most packed it had ever been of eager improvisers wanting to get hired by Second City, and these two fucking schmoes are going to show them how to do it. So here, another awful idea that had we not been on drugs we wouldn't have thought of. We say, Noah, could you talk to everybody at the top of the show? And anyone who's listening to this podcast, I would think, knows who Noah is.
Noah Gregoropoulos, sure.
Noah Gregoropoulos. And he's like, sure. I'm sure he relished the idea. So he goes up, and I remember
this is like midnight, right?
This is midnight,
right.
Packed with all young, and eager improvisers. Right. Probably more experienced improvisers than we were, certainly. Not Noah. And he comes up and he goes, God, I was going to do my Noah. It sounds just like my Del, so I'll just do my voice. He says, as I look around this room, I've worked at Second City. I've directed for Second City. I know everyone who works at Second City. I look around this room, and I can say with 100% certainty, not one person in this room will be hired by Second City. and then he brings me out, tripping like an idiot, and that was the worst show that we ever did.
Improv Nerds.
I've been writing this song for about 4 years. I was waiting for my opportunity.
You could have brought the song up after
No,
like 2 years.
I couldn't, because every time you said, go just play the bass. Go play the bass.
All right.
Bass players
Hey.
don't sing.
I didn't mean to squelch your dream. I didn't know that you even aspired to write songs. 4 years.
Well, you know what?
Have you written any others in that time, or just the one?
Just one.
Wow.
I want to see how it goes over. That's good.